Today I want to talk about how religion has helped me in my life. So basically share my testimony, but I also want to share my struggles and why I don't feel worthy of actually becoming like a full-on religious person yet. So I haven't always been religious. I basically come from a not very believing family, like not Christian whatsoever. I used to believe in like a higher power, but I did not really do much with it, and I was not Christian whatsoever. And I used to think religion and Christianity was cringe, and I used to think religious people were corny. However, recently I have started going to a bunch of religious events, and at first I was just doing it because they were offering free food and stuff. But when I then hung out with religious people, I eventually realized something. You see, I have always felt hated. I felt like everyone hated me. Like, for example, whenever I was interested in a girl and I tried to ask her out, they were always super cold towards me and were never interested. And why were they not interested? And why did people apparently hate me? I don't really know myself. Like, I thought I was good looking. I thought I was interesting. I thought I was charismatic. So, I did not really understand why people did not like me for who I was. But apparently people did not like me. But then, Christian people were basically the only people that I have felt for a very long time that truly seemed to accept me for who I was. And maybe this is because Christians are taught to basically love everyone. Like they have read the Bible, and in the Bible it says, love your biggest enemy. So maybe I am indeed their biggest enemy. But they have been taught to love their biggest enemy, which is why they love me for who I am. And that isn't something I do not take for granted. And it feels like religious people, or especially Christians, are the only people in my life that truly care about me. And I feel like if I let them down, then nobody will care about me anymore. Which is why I have realized that I need to give something back. Like, they love me for who I am, but I feel like I have to give something back to them. And I feel like if I keep talking and preaching like sex and drugs and a bunch of degeneracy, then I feel like the relationship will be very one-sided. Like the religious people will give me unconditional love and care about me, but it feels like I won't give anything back. And I feel like this relationship has to be mutual because I'm like, what do I do to deserve this? I need to give something back, which is why I have started to incorporate some religion into my life. I started doing things that were not easy for me to do, but that I thought were good for me and for my future in general. For example, I started being open about my autism. Like, this is not something I want to do. Usually I would, like, for the past few years, I tried to convince everyone that I was a neurotypical, like a bunch of other people. I tried to seem like I am not autistic whatsoever. But I realized that I probably have to be honest and tell everyone that I am autistic so that people can understand why I might potentially behave the way I do. And this is not something I want to do because I want to make everyone think that I am just like everyone else and stuff. I want to kind of blend in. But I have realized that the telling everyone that I am autistic, while it would not make me happy, like uh, right now, it might yield a better outcome for me. And this is an example. And so I have made a few improvements in my life and as a person thanks to being with religious people and incorporating a bunch of religion and spirituality into my life. And I also started opening myself up more, and I started becoming a more honest person. However, I am still far from perfect. And I feel like we all could say, yeah, nobody is perfect. But I feel like I still have a lot of problems. Like, I have a lot of inner demons within me. I have a lot of narcissistic desires that I want to do. And I am worried that because of my actions, I might push away the only people in my life that truly care about me. You see, throughout the last 7 years, I had several desires in my life. For example, I could not stand people who were happily in love with each other, like happy couples. I could not stand that because whenever I was in love with someone, I always got brutally rejected by them, which I do not understand why, because I thought I was good looking, I thought I was an interesting and charismatic person, but apparently I was rejected by everyone. But when I saw those beautiful couples, I was like, they do not deserve to be happily in love. They should have been rejected just like me. They were only privileged enough to not get rejected. So I felt like it's not fair whenever I see happy couples. And so I felt the need to put them down so that I could feel better about myself. And I also thought marriages are lame. I thought that being a man who only marries and is together with one woman and stays with her throughout his life is lame. I want to feel attractive to a bunch of women. I want to feel like a Casanova. Because this was the only thing that made me happy throughout middle school. It was the only memory I have of me being happy. It's whenever I felt like I was attractive to the opposite gender. But that was before I started getting brutally rejected by every single girl I was interested in. And so I wanted that happiness back. And so I felt the need to feel as attractive as possible. Which is why I did not want just stay with one woman throughout my life. Because I feel like there are a lot of ugly men who manage to get together with a woman and who managed to have children with them. I wanted to be a Casanova. I wanted to be Chad. I wanted to be Tyrone. I wanted to date a bunch of women and then break their hearts and stuff like that. But I wasn't able to do that because no girl seemed to be interested in me. Once again, I don't understand why, because I thought I was good looking. I thought I was attractive. And so I then asked myself, if I cannot be happy by feeling attractive, can I be happy by following God instead and being religious and that kind of stuff? And this is why I started incorporating religion in my life. So for clarification, the reason why I decided to be a good person was because I was not able to be a bad person, which is pathetic. Some of those religious people that I hang out with, they have told me when I tell them, yeah, it's embarrassing that I am 23 at this point and I have had little to no romantic partners throughout my life. They are like, no, it's good. We like men who haven't slept around with a bunch of women. But I personally don't think it's a good thing. Because as Jordan Peterson has said multiple times, a man who doesn't do evil and degenerate things because he is physically unable to do them is not a good man. He is a weak man, and weak men are even more dangerous. And we have heard this analogy. It is better to be a warrior in a garden than to be a gardener in a war. And I feel like I am a gardener at war. The reason why I wasn't able to do degenerate stuff was not because I am a good person, but because I'm a fucking weak man. The reason why I managed not to break any woman's heart was because that would require a woman to first be in love with me. But I feel like no woman has ever truly been in love with me. Once again, I don't understand why, because I thought I was really attractive. I think I am good looking, I think I am funny, I think I am interesting, I think I am... I am a really good person, but I feel like no woman seems to appreciate that. But let's assume that maybe women think I am a disgusting spurg. I am not saying this is the case, but let's assume that I am a disgusting spurg according to women. Let's assume that the reason why women are rejecting me is because they all somehow think I am a disgusting spurg. If this is true, this is what it means. The reason why I decided to be religious was because I am a disgusting spurg. The reason why I am a good person is because I am a disgusting spurg. If I wasn't a disgusting spurg, I probably would have done a lot of evil stuff in this world. The only reason why I don't do evil is because I am a disgusting spurg. It's because I am not able to be evil because I am a disgusting spurg. Those are some thoughts that I am currently battling. Because I feel like if I had the chance to commit sin, I probably would have. Because like for all the 7 years, I wanted to feel as attractive as possible. And I feel like other people who also want to commit sin, they are able to get away with it, it seems like. It seems like all those Andrew Tates, you know, they are able to get away with being sexist and all that kind of stuff and being horrible to women. And it seems fucking unfair. It's like, why am I not getting away with it? Why am I unable to do... Why am I unable to do morally corrupt things? Why are other people able to do that? It kind of pisses me off. And I know what you might be thinking. You are probably thinking, all those people who commit atrocities in life, who are able to commit sin, they will eventually get punished. Eventually karma will get them. Eventually the day of judgment will come and they will be all punished. All the Andrew Tates, all the OnlyFans girls, all the modern Western women who are attention seeking, kind of like I have been throughout all the years. They will all get punished eventually. They will get what they deserve. This is probably what you are thinking. Do you want to know how I react to this? Whenever someone tells me, oh, they will all get punished one day, they will get what they deserve eventually, here is what I think. I picture myself in the future. I picture myself when all those degenerate people get punished, and I don't get punished because I managed hypothetically to be a good person. And I picture myself looking at all those people as they are burning in hell or whatever, and I am like, Mwahahaha! You got what you deserve! You are laughing at me for being lame and only being with one woman! And now look what! I am happy! And you are miserable! You are burning in hell! The day of judgment has come! You got what you deserve! Who's laughing now? I got the last laugh because I am happy and you are miserable! I don't feel good. I don't feel good by having the last laugh. And so whenever anyone tells me, oh, those people who are degenerate, they will get their comeuppance eventually, I don't feel good. I'm just like, but for some reason it doesn't make me feel satisfied when I get the last laugh. So it still seems fucking unfair that they are able to do certain things but I am unable to do. And those are some thoughts that I am currently battling. I feel like I need to date a whole bunch of women, break their hearts, and that would make me happy. And then I can peacefully get married and grow old with someone. But the problem is that my actions would most likely hurt other people and push away the only people I have in my life who are willing to give me the benefit of the doubt. And I feel like I might ruin my own life because of my desires, because I also want to get away with stuff that other people are like able to do, because I also want to be able to do certain things, because being as attractive as possible is the only thing that has given me happiness so far, and I feel like it might be the only thing that can make me happy, but at the same time it can ruin my life, because I feel like if I don't do that, I might not be happy. It's something that concerns me. Which is why one of the reasons why I am making this and those videos is because I am crying for help. If you are watching this, I want you to give me brutally honest advice. Like, for example, if you are a beautiful 10 out of 10 girl watching this, let's say you are, you can tell me, for example, hey, stop trying to feel attractive because you are extremely ugly and women will never be attracted to you. I'm not saying I am indeed extremely ugly, but that could be a good criticism that can make me stop wanting to date a bunch of women, because at that point I would already know, okay, I cannot feel attractive because I am extremely ugly. For example, like that would be a good criticism, but I want you to be brutally honest with me and give me brutally honest advice on what I should do with my life that can make me happy. Because I want to succeed in life. I want to be happy, but I am at the same time afraid that I might ruin my life and that I might ruin other people's lives because of my narcissistic desires and thoughts and even tendencies. And so I hope this video can reach out to someone who might be in a similar situation to me, or who might have more wisdom and might tell me exactly what I should do with my life so that I don't end up ruining anyone's life, including my own.